So comfortable is whatever is comfortable for you when it comes to a seated position. And once you find that, perhaps you're sitting on something, perhaps you have your legs straight as I do, or one. Perhaps you're in easy seated pose with your legs folded. Once you find that comfortable position, nice and still, close your eyes down. Long and tall in your spine. Your shoulders be soft down your back. Let them sink down away from your ears. Soften your face, your neck, and your jaw. Bring your tongue off of the roof of your mouth. Let your hands rest in your lap. Perhaps one palm rests on each thigh or each knee. Perhaps you have the backs of your hands on your legs and your palms are facing up towards the sky. That is a gesture of receptivity. Or perhaps you take some other position with your hands that is comfortable. And once you get all of those fidgets out, tune into your breath pattern. So letting your inhales expand your belly, your side bodies, up into your chest, your heart space. And then let your exhales relax all of those areas back down towards your back body. We're just checking in here this morning. Noticing what you're feeling at the very beginning of your day today. What are you bringing with you to your mat? As you notice what you're bringing with you, see if you can just gently leave it behind. At least for your practice, if no other way. So our theme this week is practice the pause. And pay attention to social media. You may have seen the meme that says, practice the pause each time you get irritated or angry, think negatively or upset. What about just practicing the pause in general? So practicing coming to a place of stillness just anytime, even in good times. Coming to a place of stillness reminds us that we can always tap into that innermost deep place within ourselves. Ultimate stillness. It always remains the same no matter what is going on around you. Great way to tap into the here and the now. So over your next few breaths, set an intention for your class, a word or a phrase you may need to bring more of into your life. So generally speaking, it's usually something positive. Perhaps it's letting go of the negative. So today is our full moon. Full moon signifies release. We Maybe it's releasing what no longer serves. So once you come up with whatever your intention is, take some deep breaths into it. Feel it in. And as we move throughout our practice this morning, we will take several moments to practice the pause. Practicing the pause and just feeling the effects of the practice. Take a full inhale here, in through your nose, expand out through your belly, side bodies, and into your chest. And exhale, drawing your navel towards your spine. Inhale deeply in through your nose to expand. Exhale to release and sigh it out. One last deep breath in through the nose right here. And exhale. Next inhale, grow long and tall in the spine. Breathe out through the crown of the head. So pretend there's a string at the crown of the head that is rising up into the sky, into the heavens. And then exhale, draw your chin in towards your chest. Inhale, we're going to come into some head rolls. So it doesn't matter which direction, just bring an ear to a shoulder. Head fall all the way around. Exhale, opposite ear to opposite shoulder. Chin in towards the chest. Inhale to let your head roll over the same side, so same direction. Up and around. Exhale, opposite ear to opposite shoulder. So we're going to continue with this pattern in this rhythm. Inhaling in center. Exhale, up and around. Same direction. So keep your head nice and heavy. That gets nice and deep into your neck muscle. Inhaling in through center. And exhale up and around. So two more in the same direction. Inhaling in through center. Up and around. Next time your chin comes in towards your chest, pause for just a moment. Inhale, we're going to breathe up the back of our neck and out through the crown of the head. And then exhale to stay. Inhale, switch directions. So the opposite ear that you started with is going to go towards that same shoulder. Up and around. And exhale. Inhaling in through center. Up and around. And exhale. Opposite ear to opposite shoulder. So 3 more rounds in this direction. Inhaling in through center. Up and around. And once you get to the last round, your chin arrives all the way back at the chest. Inhale in through center, just as we did a few moments ago. And then exhale, bringing your head back up to a neutral. One breath here to practice the pause. So expand out through the belly, side bodies, and chest. And then exhale, navel to spine. Now we're going to come into some seated spinal breathing. So we're going to rest our palms on our knees. So these are kind of like seated cat-cows. And yes, feel free to change positions with your legs anytime you'd like. Inhale, we're going to arc the spine, draw the shoulders down the back, gaze goes up. So make this nice and deep. Exhale, draw your shoulders forward, round your spine, chin in towards your chest. I like to let my hands glide forward and back when I do this. Inhale, arc the spine, shoulders down the back. Exhale, round the spine, fingertips come forward, chin to chest. 3 more like this. Inhale, 2, arc the spine, look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Make it nice and deep and full. Inhale, arc the spine up towards the sky. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, arc the spine, look up high. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Last one. Inhale, arc the spine, shrug the shoulders down the back, look up. And then exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, grow long and tall in the spine, coming back to a neutral position once again. Exhale, we're going to make a simple twist to the right. So bringing your right fingertips behind you, your left palm rests on the outside of the right knee. Inhale to grow long and tall in the spine once again, keeping your gaze straight out to the side. And then exhale, let your right ear fall towards your right shoulder. So as you do this, see if you can rest your palm flat on the earth if it is not. So your right palm. I like to call this chasing the shoulder with the ear. Take a full breath in through the nose, breathing into everything that you're feeling. And then exhale, let that ear fall a little closer to that shoulder. Take a full breath in right here. And then exhale, release back to center. Inhale, same, other side. So twisting your torso to the left, right palm rests on left knee. Send out your left fingertips behind you. Shoulders are down your back, away from your ears. Take a full breath in, breathe out through the crown of the head, breath out. Let your left ear fall towards your left shoulder. See if you can relax the left palm down towards the earth. And if you can't, that's okay. Take a full breath in, breathing into everything that you're feeling. And exhale. Breath in to expand. Breath out, see if you can get that ear a little closer to that shoulder. One more deep breath in right here. Breath out to release. Come back through center. We make our way now to a tabletop position. And once you get into your tabletop position, your hips are going to be over your knees. Shoulders are over your wrists. And your knees are hip distance. Take an inhale here. Bring your gaze forward towards the top of the mat. Your toes can be tucked behind you, or they can be toenails flat on the earth. Then as you exhale, keeping your hips right where they are, walk your palms forward towards the front of your mat. You're coming into Anahata Asana, or open heart, or puppy pose. Take a deep, expansive inhale here in through the nose, feeling a nice stretch in those beautiful shoulders of yours. Exhale to allow your body to melt more deeply into the posture. Take a full breath in right here. Breath out, navel to spine. Take another deep breath in through the nose. And breath out. Next breath in, we're going to come into a little flow here. So draw your chin in towards your chest, keeping your palms right where they are. Rise up. Let your gaze come forward. So you're kind of floating your torso forward. And then exhale back down into your puppy pose. Fullest, deepest inhale. We're going to do that 4 more times. So rising up, just kind of flowing forward. Exhale back down to your puppy pose. Inhale, we float up. Exhale back down. Inhale, float up once again. And then exhale, round the spine as you come back down. Last one, inhale to float up through this funny variation of this little flow. And then exhale back down to your puppy pose. Next, inhale, gaze up in between your hands. Exhale, walk your knees forward. And let your hips sink down to your heels for your child's pose. If you're like me and your hips are not wanting to touch your heels, you can always place a block under them. So 5 breaths right here to practice the pause. And I will let you take those breaths on your own. Being nice and quiet and still and practicing the pause. Take a full expansive inhale here in through the nose. Exhale, navel to spine. Next inhale, we rise up once again by drawing our chin in towards our chest this time. As we exhale, we're going to curl the toes and hinge the hips and make our way to our first downward facing dog of the class. So pressing down through the 4 corners of the palms, grip the mat with the finger pads. Drawing the shoulders down and away from the ears, perhaps you find some movement here. These days, every time I come into downward facing dog, I just automatically start pedaling my feet and bending my knees. Perhaps you let your head and neck and torso get into it and twist from side to side. Perhaps you stay completely still. Full deep inhale here in through the nose. Exhale. Come back to center, back to stillness if you are moving. Next inhale, press the earth away. Look up in between your hands, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Next inhale, we raise the fingertips behind us. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Shrug the shoulders down the back. And then exhale, let your face melt down towards your knees to fold. So 3 deep breaths to once again practice the pause. Fullest, deepest inhale here in through the nose. Exhale, feel your body melt down more deeply into the posture. Take a full inhale here. And exhale. Last one, fullest, deepest inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms come out and up. Fingertips reach up high, palms touch. Exhale, palms land at heart center. Taking a moment in our Mastitihi position. Let the shoulders shrug down the back. Tuck the tailbone forward and up. Relaxing your face, your neck, and your jaw. Into some sun salutations for this beautiful Thursday morning. Inhale, palms pressed. We raise them up towards the sky. Look up. Exhale, swan dive down. Lead with your heart. Nose towards the knees to forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. We rise up to a flat back. Shoulders are down the back. Exhale, plant your fingertips and step your right toes back. Bring your right knee down towards the earth. And yes, feel free to pad under that knee with a blanket if you need. Inhale, fingertips float forward enough. Let your torso stack over your hips here. Gently drag right hip forward, left hip back. Exhale to goal post your arms while your hips sink down towards the earth. Low lunge position. Take a full breath in with a nice bright heart. Breath out, fingertips frame your front foot. Breath in, we straighten the back leg, draw the shoulders, tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. Perhaps you get light in your fingers. Perhaps you don't. Exhale to plant your palms and make your way to your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, raise the heels and hips up towards the sky. Exhale, heels and heart melt down to the earth. Chin in towards your chest as you roll your body forward into your plank pose. Breathing in here. Breath out to lower knees, chest, and then chin. Keep your hips raised if you can. Inhale to release your entire front side of your body down to the earth. Press into your palms, feel your heart up for your cobra pose. And then exhale to curl toes, hinge hips, and come into your downward facing dog. Inhale, let your right toes float up to the sky behind you. You can always keep that bottom knee, that left knee down on the earth if you need to. Exhale, you're going to drop the right foot off to the left. So you're stacking your hips here. See if you can keep your shoulders squared. And remember, you can drop that bottom knee. We're going to draw some circles with that right knee. Take a full inhale here. Exhale, circle your right knee out and around. Inhale, draw the right knee in towards center. Exhale, out and around. See if you can keep your shoulders squared. Inhale in towards center. Exhale, out and around. Next, inhale, we're going to float the shoulders over the wrists. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. Exhale, we're going to make our way to our lovely pigeon pose. Thank God, right? Pressing the palms into the earth. See if you can squiggle that left leg back behind you. Right knee is in towards center. Inhale, draw the left shoulder, left hip forward. Breathe out to the crown of the head. So we're coming back to that string that's going straight up into the heavens from the crown of the head. And then exhale, perhaps you come into the reclined version of your pigeon pose. And perhaps you don't. You can always stay up. Wherever you are, 3 deep breaths. So come back to that place of stillness in practicing the pause. And I'll let you take those breaths on your own. And once you have taken the 3rd breath, take an inhale to raise your face off of your hands. Place either palm on either side of your right knee, chin in towards the chest, rising back up. Gaze goes up towards the sky this time. Exhale, you're going to curl the back toes, straighten the back leg, draw your right knee in towards center, and then kick your right foot off to the right. Drop the left sole of the foot, and then inhale. We make our way to a lowered version of a side plank pose. Exhale, tuck your tailbone forward and let your left arm drape over your left ear. Pressing down firmly through the sole of the left foot, take a full breath in. Breath out, draw left knee, left elbow together. Breath in, wrap your peace fingers around your left big toe. Breath out, step the left foot forward. Breath in, we make our way to our standing splits position. If you can't keep up with all that, just get there however you can. Breath out, Uttanasana, forward fold. So right big toe meets the left one. Next, breath in, reverse swan dive. Arms come out. Palms touch up top. Tuck the tailbone forward. Breath out. Namaste. Palms land at heart center. All right, we're going to do all of that on the other side. So palms touching. Breath in, we're going to rise them up towards the sky. Breath out, swan dive down, leading with your heart. Come into your forward fold. Breath in, fingertips raise behind. We rise up to a flat back. Breath out, plant the fingertips, step the left toes back, and drop the left knee down to the earth. Right knee stacked over right ankle. Breath in, fingertips float forward and up towards the sky. And breath out, drag left hip forward, right hip back, sink them down, and goal post your arms. Take a full breath in into your nice bright heart. Breath out, let your fingertips frame your front foot. Breath in, we straighten the back leg, tops of the shoulder heads down and away from the ears. Maybe you get light in your fingers. I'm feeling super wobbly this morning. Breath out, plant your palms, and make your way to your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Next breath in, we bend the knees, raise the heels and hips up high. And breath out, heels and heart melt down to the earth. Chin in towards the chest. Breath in, we roll our bodies forward into our plank pose. Feel free to drop your knees down right away. Breath out, keeping the upper body steady. Drop knees, and then chest and chin. Breath in, we relax the entire front side of the body. Press into the palms, peel your heart up for your Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Out, curl toes, hinge hips. Back to your downward facing dog. All right, next breath in. Let the left toes float up towards the sky. See if you can keep the shoulders squared. Remember, you can always drop down onto that bottom knee. Do not have to stay all the way up. Breath out, bend the left knee. Let the left sole of the foot drop over towards the right. So you're stacking your hips. Taking a quick moment to bring your attention to your shoulders, making sure they're squared. And we're going to draw 3 circles with our left knee. Take a full breath in, circle the left knee out and around. Breath out, in towards center. Inhale to circle out and around. Breath out, in towards center. Breath in, we circle out and around. Last one, breath out towards center. Breath in, let the shoulders float over the wrists, keeping the knee bent in towards center. And breath out, we land in our pigeon pose. So I had mentioned my knee was bothering me. It is the outside of my knee. So as I do my pigeon pose, I have to prop on this side, and that's totally okay. So your palms are framing your front knee. See if you can squiggle that back leg a little more straight behind you. You don't want to let him off the hook. You want to point into your toes. Take a full breath in, press into the earth. So once again, we're envisioning that string out through the top of the head, rising up in or towards the sky. Breath out, perhaps you come into the reclined position. So see if you can stack opposite palm on top of opposite hand. And we're going to practice the pause, practice the stillness with 3 silent breaths here. And once you've taken that 3rd breath, completed that exhale, next inhale, we reframe that front knee with the palms, chin it towards the chest, rising up here, gaze goes up towards the sky. And exhale, curl the back toes. We're going to draw that left knee in towards center. Move the prop, have it. And that left foot comes out to the left. And let your right sole of the right foot fall towards the earth. Left palm is under left shoulder on the earth. Inhale, we rise up through those right fingertips. This is our half or our reclined, not reclined, our lowered plank position. Exhale to, I can't find the words. Exhale to, let the right arm fall over the right ear. Take a full breath in through the nose. Breath out, right elbow, right knee, draw in towards each other. Notice the difference in sides. Breath in, we grab a hold of that right big toe with our peace fingers. Breath out, we guide it forward. And breath in, we meet in our standing splits position. However you can get there is totally cool. Breath out. Let the left big toe and the right big toe meet. And nose towards the knees to fold. So 3 silent breaths right here in your forward fold. And on that 3rd breath, inhale, we rise up, circle the arms out and up, fingertips raise, palms touch, and exhale, land at heart center. So we've got one last little challenging flow here. Next breath in, raise the pressed palms up towards the sky. Separate your hands shoulder distance. Take a moment to relax the shoulders down the back. Tuck the tailbone forward. Breath out, we're going to drop the right hand and bend the right knee, raising the right foot up towards the right hand. Breath in, grab a hold of that right foot with that right hand. Lean your body gently forward. This is our dancer pose. Notice how you can revisit practicing the pause even in the wobbles. Breath out to stay. Breath in, we release. Step the right foot back. Breath out. Let your hips sink into your Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 position. Take a full breath in. Reach the fingertips up to the sky. Breath out. Sink your hips down even lower. Beautiful work, ladies. Take another breath in right here. Breath out. Let your arms circle down, round. Clasp your fingers together. Breath in. Shrug the shoulders down the back. Look up towards. Breath out. Humble warrior. So let your face come on the inside of your left knee. Take one breath in right here. And breath out. Let your clasped fingertips fall and release. Breath in. Our little theme this morning is standing splits. So we're going to meet right there. Raise the right toes up towards the sky. And breath out. Right big toe meets the left.
nose towards the knees. One breath to practice the pause. Next breath in, reverse swan dive. Arms come out and up. Palms touch up top, tuck the tailbone forward. Exhale, palms land. Heart center. So that's the most challenging thing we're doing today. Well, in my opinion, anyway. Inhale, 2. Let your pressed palms raise up towards the sky. Tailbone tucked forward. Separate your hands, shoulder distance. Let the shoulders relax down away from the ears. And exhale, let your left hand fall down. We're going to do the other side. Pressing all of your weight into your right foot. Bend your left knee. Grab a hold of left ankle with left hand. And exhale to lean slightly forward into your dancer pose. Taking a moment here to check in with your stillness as you breathe in. Breathe out, release the left foot however you can get there. Let your hips sink down low. Breath in. We meet in our Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1 position on the opposite side. Notice the difference in sides. Breath out, arms circle down and around, fingers clasped below the sacrum. Breath in, shrug the shoulders down the back, gaze goes up high. Breath out. We meet in our humble warrior position. So see if you can sink down more deeply into that right knee. Take a full breath in right here. Checking in with the stillness. Breath out. Clasped fingers come down towards the sacrum. Release. Fingertips frame the front foot. Breath in. We rise the left leg up behind us. Breath out. Nose towards the right knee. Standing splits. Take a deep breath in. Point into those left toes. Breath out. Left big toe meets the right one. Nose towards the knees to fold. Next breath in, reverse swan dive. Arms come out and up. Palms touch up top, tuck the tailbone forward. Breath out. Palms land at heart center. So we're going to do a little movement that I have nicknamed Calm the Nervous System. So this complements this practice really well because it's a great way to pause, checking in with practicing the pause. It's a very simple movement. I'll actually turn and face you. So tucking your tailbone forward, shoulders are down your back. Next inhale, you're going to circle your arms out and up. Let your fingertips float up high. Exhale, bend the elbows. Let them fall to shoulder height. Inhale, let your arms straighten. Your fingertips float out beside you. Sorry if you smack each other. Exhale, 2. Let your palms float down. So we're going to do 4 more rounds of that. Inhale, 2. Circle the arms out and up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Let them fall down to shoulder height. I urge you to close your eyes if you dare. Inhale, let your fingertips float out to the side. Exhale, palms float down towards the hips. Inhale, arms float out and up towards the sky. Exhale, elbows fall down to shoulder height. Inhale, straighten your arms out. Let your fingertips float out to the sides. Exhale, palms float down by the hips. 2 more rounds. Inhale, circle the arms out and up. Exhale, let your shoulders float down, or let your elbows float down to shoulder height. Inhale, straighten your arms out to the side. And then exhale, float the palms down by the hips. Last one. Inhale, circle the arms out and up. Exhale, elbows bend and float down to shoulder height. Inhale, float your fingertips out to the side. And then exhale. Let your palms float down by your hips. Let your shoulders relax down your back. Tuck your tailbone forward and up. Just taking a moment here to feel. Pausing in the stillness, practicing the pause. Slowly flutter your eyes open. Step back to the middle of your mat. And we're going to make our way to a seated position. So our Dandasana staff pose. And once you get there, you're going to bring the flesh of the bum out from underneath of you. Let the shoulders relax down the back. Grow long and tall in your spine. Coming back to that string that's coming out of the top of your head, rising up towards the heavens. Flex into your toes here. Next, inhale, float the fingertips forward and out, directly out from your shoulders. Exhale, draw the shoulder caps back into their sockets. Take a full breath in, rise your hands up right in front of your face, looking directly, slightly up in front of you. And then exhale, we're going to lay down on purpose. This is our little bit of core work. So see if you can keep your heels on the earth. Beautiful. Lying down nice and slow. I always end up almost off of my mat. So I always have to scoot down. All right, so our wind down has begun. Next, inhale, raise your hands up overhead. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. And then as you exhale, you're going to walk your hands and your feet over towards the left. So this is our banana asana posture. Your body is in the shape of a banana. Take a full breath in right here. Breath out, let your gaze come over your right shoulder. Next breath in, this is optional, everything's optional, but this is especially optional. If you'd like to take it further, either cross your right ankle over your left one or your left ankle over your right one. Exhale to stay. Take a deep breath in here. And breath out. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Breathing into what you feel. Seeing if you can keep both shoulders and both hips pinned down on the earth. And breath out. Next breath in, we release. Make our way back to center. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Let your left palm rest on the outside of the right knee. And then exhale, we come into this version of reclined spinal twist. So we're going to lie on our left side and let the right knee come over towards the left. Stretch the right arm out to the right, or you can bring it into a goalpost. So if you don't want to accidentally smack your neighbor, a goalpost is a good modification here. Take a full breath in through the nose. You can always also bring your block, if you have one, near you under your right knee. It's floating. Exhale to stay. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. Fullest, deepest inhale here. And exhale. Next inhale, we return back to center. So we return back where we started. Just lying flat. Rising both sets of fingertips up above your head. And then exhale, banana asana the other way. So you're grabbing your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, you're going to bring your gaze over your left shoulder. So you have hands and feet walking towards the right. And then exhale. Next inhale, if you want to take it further, cross either left or right ankle. So it doesn't matter how you cross your feet or if you cross your feet at all. You may not want to, and that's okay. Exhale to stay, feeling a nice deep side body stretch here. Take a full inhale here in through the nose. And exhale. Fullest, deepest breath in here. And exhale. Take one last breath. Breathing into practicing the pause, breathing into the stillness. And then exhale to release. Make your way back to center. Drawing that left knee in towards your chest. Bring your left hand either straight out to the left or bend that elbow. So having it in a goalpost position. And then as you breathe out, you're going to come to lie on your right hip and come into this reclined spinal, this version of our reclined spinal twist. So once again, you may want to block propped under that knee if it is floating and you don't like that. Take a full breath in to expand. And exhale. Inhale, breathing into the stillness. And exhale. Take another deep breath in. And breath out. Next breath in, we come back through center. Breath out, we're going to meet with both knees bent. Soles of the feet are on the earth. Knees up towards the sky. Taking a moment here to relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Gently tuck your tailbone up towards your belly button. You have your block close by, so you can do this next little exercise with or without your block. I recommend it with the block. You have your block close by. You're going to float your hips up, and your block on the second setting, so just lying flat. You're going to rest your hips on the block. So we're in a supported bridge pose here. Drawing the shoulders down and away from the ears. Next inhale, we're going to raise both soles of the feet up towards the sky. So just simply straightening your legs. And then exhale to stay. So just a couple of silent breaths right here. Practicing the pause. Next breath in, point your toes towards the sky. So we're coming into some foot stretches here. Breath out, draw your toes back towards your shins and kick your heels up towards the sky. Breath in to point. Breath out, toes towards the shins, heels up towards the sky. Breath in, point the toes. Breath out, toes back towards the shins. Two more. Breath in, point the toes. Breath out, toes back towards the shins. Last round. Breath in to point. And breath out, toes back, heels up. Next breath in, we're going to keep our feet up for just another round. Silent breath.
And on our next breath in and out, so take a breath in, breath out, lower your feet down to the earth. If you have the space in your lower back, keep your legs straight and keep your hips up on the block. If you do not, it is totally okay to raise your hips up and release the block. This is a really excellent way to get a deep stretch in your front hip flexors, but it is pretty intense on the lower back, so just be mindful of that. And one last moment to pause in the stillness. All right, so we're going to make our way to our final Shavasana. You may choose to remain on the block for your Shavasana. Once again, it's very intense. You may take some other supported variation for your final Shavasana. Whatever is best to nurture your body and allow all of this work to release down into the earth. Taking this time to deeply pause in the stillness. And a great way to remain there is to keep your attention on your breath. And so if your mind wanders while you're in your Shavasana, just return to that attention on your breath pattern.
Slowly beginning once again to deepen your breath. Your body reawaken with some gentle movements, wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles. Maybe you take a long body stretch by drawing your arms up overhead and pointing down to your toes. Some windshield wipers of the knees, maybe a hug by drawing your knees in towards your chest. And then making your way back to a comfortable seat. All right, one last moment to practice the pause. So we're going to close our eyes down. So long and tall in your spine. Shoulders are relaxed down your back. Face, neck, and jaw are relaxed. Your hands, maybe your hands rest in a mudra. Maybe they just rest somewhere comfortable in or on your lap. And becoming quiet and still, practicing the pause. Noticing how you feel versus an hour ago. No judgments, just observations. And then one last moment to come back to your intention. Whatever that intention was that you set at the beginning of class. Come back to that intention and breathe into it. To close class this morning, we're going to share chanting one Om. So you do not have to chant. If you do not want to do that, you can simply listen. You'll receive benefit. Bringing your palms a touch at heart center. If you're coming with me for the Om, breathing into the nose. Om. Softly bow your chin in towards your chest. Deepest gratitude to our bodies and our breath to be able to move, breathe, and practice in this way. And deepest gratitude to ourselves for showing up. As always, that is half of the battle. Once you show up, it's a downhill slope. Bringing your thumbs to touch at your third eye center, the space in between the eyebrows. And in our shared collective offerings, we bow forward. Namaste.